chill. I'm not bad though. I'm in Snood City, right?
Snood City, yeah.
Snood City here on Grand Avenue with Michelle Meyer. And this place is amazing. It's just filled with amazing art. And we're going to talk about that. You go by Meesh.
Yes.
And your Instagram is IBMeesh?
Yep.
Or at IBMeesh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
B-E.
IBE Meesh. Cool. And my name's Doug. I'm. Do I talk about me at all?
I always want to talk about Doug.
I've been interviewed, so I'm grateful to interview another artist and pass the torch or continue the journey. Meesh, what's going on here? I've heard a lot that you're super involved on a lot of levels here on Grand Avenue and in Phoenix. So.
Yeah, so this is Snood City. We just opened the shop January 1st, first Friday. And as part of our, I guess, rites of passage as active community members in the art scene, we've made it a goal to do a First Friday event every first Friday of 2019.
Nice.
You know, Grand has come a long way. Beatrice Moore, the grand matriarch of Grand Avenue, she did so much work to clean it up. You know, this was a place where you didn't go. You know, no one would come here, and it was scary, but she found a way, her and her partner Tony found a way to buy up buildings and lease them to artists so that they could have cheap rent and afford to pursue their passions. So I actually started out working for Ruben over at 11th Monkey, which is just next door.
Next door?
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of fabrication, creation of things?
Yeah,
objects.
so Ruben does a little bit of everything. He does fabrication, screen printing, printed materials, graphic design, and when I was in school at ASU, this opportunity for an internship came up, and it was like listing off everything that I could possibly imagine. Because,
what did you do at ASU? Do you have a degree in?
Yes, BFA in sculpture.
Amazing. Congratulations.
Yes, thank
Recently?
you. 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, May 2014.
You haven't been sitting on your laurels looking for something to do like some people in their degrees.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, I'm thankful. I'm thankful.
Congrats, man.
Sculpture, sculpture. It took me a while to find it. My background is in graphic design, and then tried intermedia, and they just weren't the right fit. And talking with more and more people was like, you need to try sculpture, because it wasn't enough just creating a 2D form. It was taking it to that 3-dimensional
Is this
realm.
one of the pieces you're talking about, a sculpture that's incorporating some things?
Yeah, so that is actually my newest piece. It was for this party called Tainted Love that Boots Paramore throws every year. He's a lead of burner community camps.
Uh-huh.
And so the theme this year was future funk.
Oh,
and
nice.
he was really inspired by this mannequin that he saw, so he asked me if I would create a piece for his event, and this is what came out.
So this guy right here, one of the things I've noticed as we're talking is this cool plush. What do you call it?
Plushie, yeah. So this is a snoodling. So there's
snoodling.
3 sizes. So we have the Snood Dudes, which is hanging out over there in the corner. This is the Snoodling, and then you have
Snood City.
Snood City is locationally
So
where we're
these-
at, and then Snood Men is like the suit,
Oh, like a whole
the
suit.
the performance.
Performance
Yes.
suits. Okay.
Mhm. Mascot suits.
So I really like the Snoods. I see a symbol. It's like a Snood City. There's an element of like meta or like it's not a, I don't want to say cult. It's a cult. No. But the Snood, the fun of the Snood and the unity, is there something deeper in it, like a meditative thing or a cult, like a subculture, obviously?
Yeah, so with Snood,
Your crew.
yeah, so with the Snood, the upside down triangle is an extremely powerful geometric shape, and depending on who you are and where you come from, you're gonna draw different connotations as to what that reminds you of, so to everyone it means something different. So a lot of times I get asked like, oh, what's a Snood, what's a Snood, but it's most interesting to hear other people. I hear all sorts of interesting things, but ultimately the upside down triangle is a symbol of strength and unity. Like a tripod is the strongest base structure you could have. The upside down triangle within the circle is your crown. It's your third eye. It's enlightenment.
The actual shape of the chakras.
The symbol. Symbol, right?
Yeah, because some of them are the crown chakra is a triangle.
Yeah, it's like they all vary, but the base of it is a circle with a triangle. So it's this idea of enlightenment and that, you know, we're all connected. We're all one. We're all Snoods. You know, a lot of people will say something like, "Oh, it looks like the Teletubbies or Elmo or something," and at first they don't know how to react to it. They like it, but it's weird because there's this familiarity, but it doesn't have a face. So there's this question of like, but then they see the Snoods in an environment, or they see them, you know, running around doing shenanigans.
Where are people going to see a Snood running around and have that interaction with a Snood? Do you do like in your face, just showed up in public, or is it a part of like the whole Insta-Light? Well, what did you call it earlier? Not fabricators, but...
decor team?
Yeah.
Build team? Yeah.
Is it part of the build team or part of what you do at these shows?
It's been beginning.
Or can be?
Yeah, it's been beginning to. So like obviously at the Snood City shows we like to have the Snoods make an appearance.
Yeah.
And then just sometimes guerrilla, just like show up somewhere, go to a party in the Snood suits.
How's that received? People love it, right?
People love it.
You do with like hive mind or higher consciousness too? Well, you said the mind shock, the crown chakra, so that's pretty high conscious.
Yeah, and that was kind of like an after, you know, a lot of times when I'm making art, I don't necessarily set out with a concept. It's like something comes to me and I create it, you know, because it comes from an authentic place. And then once I'm done and I'm there and I'm sitting looking at it, it's like the realizations just come like crashing down, you know, and it's like, oh, this is...
It seems like you're part of what you do, and maybe Snood City too, is part of like community and parties and events.
Yeah, so
what's going on with that?
Yeah, so Snood City is really, Snood City as an extension of Snoodman is a collective of artists, you know. We are the Snoodman. Snood City is our metropolis. And so it's a collective platform. Forum. So that was a good word. I like to mix words like that. So platform for, you know, local artists to be able to have a group of people to create with a network that we've also been cultivating since we've all been here in Arizona. So we've been partnered and hired by Relentless Beats, which is electronic dance music company here in the Valley, arguably one of the biggest ones in the Southwest, and they've hired...
I've heard of them.
Yeah, you know, they do some shows. There's some headliners.
I thought about going to one of the shows.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll get you a ticket one time. You know, I can't rave. But yeah, so they have finally grown to a place to be able to afford have an art budget, and they were looking out. They kind of set their feelers out, looking for a build crew, and our names got thrown into the mix, and they contacted us, and it just kind of like went from there. We did our first project was last year. It was called Gold Rush 2017. We did these 3-dimensional like riveted letters 7 feet tall that said Gold Rush.
Did it involve neon in the lighting?
This one did not. This was just, we made it out of plywood, you know, spray painted. So neon is just a faction of the city. So Snood City, you know, it takes all sorts of things. So neon is just one avenue in it. We would love to incorporate neon more, but with the festivals, you know, it's about budget structure, but also making sure that it's rave proof. You know, you're going to have kids interacting and climbing and just going all out, because that's kind of the norm, is being able to touch or interact with the art safely, you know, and sometimes they're not thinking of like this can't support my full weight, crunch, you know,
or this is going to shoot sparks in the air near a bunch of kids who have grease in their hair, because that's a big thing I heard coming back, is like just greasy air. No.
I never even thought of like the hairspray thing. One girl one time at a club, I had a
don't work with
sparkler and she took it and just like hurt my soul. But yeah, no, definitely have to be aware of our surroundings and our audience for these
That's
builds.
pretty tough as an artist, wouldn't you say? I mean, as an artist myself, I have the luxury of being in my own little world, and that's a big payoff for me. You share it with the world. But what you do is you're already thinking about that when you're making your piece. You gotta have it people friendly.
Right. We call it raver proof.
Raver proof.
Raver proof.
Hashtag raver proof.
Yeah, because you never know. In general, each person interacts with art in their own way, and then you add this festival mentality, this party mentality, this like all or nothing, just go, 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 paired with art.
Yeah.
You have to be aware of your material choice and what you're creating and how those two things are gonna live together.
Deal with like insurance and all that shit?
I have definitely.
That's a question for me. It's not
No,
very interesting,
yeah.
to be honest, but do you have to get insured?
Yeah, I carry a general liability policy
that's
for sure, because of the nature,
art.
of what we do, and what we do is it's a business too, art and business, and it's like we are artists playing the game of business, working the art of business.
That's truly a level artists just all want to aspire to be at. Congrats for all that success. I mean, I'm always trying to get to that business level.
It's a roller coaster for sure. I really wish I had
know.
cooler pants on for my close-up. What was I thinking?
Your pants close up?
Yeah, my leggings.
I was kidding about a shoe shot. It just...
I love it. This is what artists wear.
Snood. Snood City, here we come and here we go. No.
Wrapping it up, Doug.
Wow, this has been amazing, Meesh. Thanks for letting me come in. I've seen on the peripheral some of the stuff you guys are doing, but to meet you and get to talk to you has been amazing. It's really cool work. Where do you guys see yourself a year from now? Doing, the Olympics and Super Bowl stuff? It's been great, seriously.
Yeah, definitely, hopefully, not definitely, hopefully.
Hopefully, definitely.
Right.
Or something.
Something like that. Would love to own a warehouse space because right now we're renting, and this spot is great. Couldn't have planned a better spot.
Already outgrowing or growing.
For sure, definitely, and we're just working with what is within our budget right now and with what makes sense right now. Since Phoenix is growing so much, it's kind of like strike while the iron is hot, and to be able to afford and have a space to continue growing and building out of is super important, because that not only allows us to do our thing, but to also extend the hand and offer it to other local artists who are working their way up.
Yeah, part of what did you say earlier, that word? Platform? I don't know. Platform. Yeah, grow that platform. It's a kick in the pants meeting you.
Yeah.
It's been fun.
Anything you want to add? Actually,
that's not how you end an interview.
Gosh.
In conclusion, Snood City will build a neon taco for you guys. No, I don't know.
We're good.
Yeah.
All Snood everything.
Snood it
all day, every day. Hashtag Snood life.
You're gonna snood a lot of stuff in this town.
That's right. That's the goal.
Everywhere. So
just like stay unconventional,
continued success.
instigate the shenanigans, and light it up. We are Phoenix.